So, what if I could offer you technology that could make your whole body perform a hell of a lot better? What would you say?
Depends.
Depends on what?
What's the price? It's always a price for these types of things.
Your sanity, your mind, simple things that you don't need.
I really don't. Look at the world we live in.
Oh, this is true. You really don't. Welcome, everybody, to a brand new movie review where those are some of the questions that is put forth in the movie we'll be talking about today. Upgrade, sir. So, this one, I don't know, for me, I love the trailers, and I didn't know which way this movie was going to go when we went to see this.
I mean, some of these movies I could say you can relate to it in terms of how our technology is advancing and we have to advance with it.
Okay.
I mean, look at, what was that one that we saw a while back? The guy creates a female android.
Ex Machina.
Ex Machina.
Which we love.
I mean, creating something that can eventually be superior and probably more potential than any human can achieve. And in a way, what's great about this movie, just right off the bat, is really the idea of, I guess, of a world where technology has sort of overrun itself. Yeah,
to a certain degree, where basically
become more dependent. I mean, we're in current timeline. We're
pretty much there. Let's be honest.
We're not there in the movie yet.
Well, no, not in the no, but I mean,
a couple decades, we'll probably get somewhat close to it.
Yeah, we'll somewhat get close to it. But I honestly, though, the movie, it feels modern yet futuristic enough where
we could see it happening.
You could see it happening, but it's still far enough away where it's still sci-fi futuristic.
I mean, in the movie, you see like you see the automatic drones flying over the city, highly advanced smart cars, smart houses. You see, of course, robots being able to basically come into your home and basically take care of you. And we're not that far. I mean, give it a couple decades, we would probably be at that type of
we're not that far away. And that's what I loved about that part of it, was just how sort of modern feeling, but yet this could all happen. And basically this character and his wife, they end up getting into this accident, but it ends up not really turning into an accident. It was all on purpose. And basically these thugs and criminals kill his wife, and basically
he gets paralyzed.
And paralyzed because of something they do to him. And one of these people come to his place after he's been getting used to being a quadriplegic.
Yeah, an employer that he had before the events at the beginning of the movie.
Yes, and basically he says, look, I have this technology that can make you walk again, that can make you be whole again. I want to use this. And basically he does. And I am just incredibly fascinated by this movie. And I want to know, I mean, what do you think about the story? What do you think about all this stuff with the characters?
I mean, the movie is pretty simple. I mean, this guy is pretty much lost all hope because of his wife dying.
Yes.
He's still, the only sliver of hope is that they find the guys who are responsible for his wife's death, and up until the point where he gets his technology upgrade, he's at the point where he's almost ready to kill himself. I mean, it's understandable what he's going through in the beginning of this film.
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
I think the main interesting part was in the trailer. This is not real big. This is not even a spoiler. The implant gives him the technology actually allows to communicate with him.
Yes, it's actually, and it's the voice is in his head. He's the only one that can hear it. and it is communicating with him, telling him, "Oh, look at this footage here," or "There's going to be something happening over here. Make sure make sure you do this."
Yeah.
It's telling him things.
It's giving him options of how to solve his wife's murder. And,
Yes.
Potential clues to finding the guys that are responsible for it.
Yes.
I mean, probably the best parts in this film is just the action alone. I mean, good
Oh,
God.
man.
This is like Matrix type stuff. I mean, good Lord.
The Matrix is it feels definitely like an influence here, and the action is so great because it feels real. It feels like, it's very gritty and realistic, but then there's moments of where this technology inside of him takes over, and it's almost like he becomes almost like this sort of kung fu master or something, like this badass.
Just something that can predict any of these guys what they're about to do. It's like
Yes.
He's even during the fights, there's parts where he's not even looking and he's deflecting some kind of blow from somebody else. I'm like, good Lord.
Yeah, I mean, it's so dynamic. That whole thing with that is so great. And I have to admit, I think the acting in here is really good. I think all of them did a fantastic job with this. I think the lead actor was amazing. You definitely... The one thing I was worried about this movie was whether I was going to feel for the characters or not. Whether I was actually going to, be invested in them. I had no problem being invested in it. I had no problem being invested in the action. It was so great. And this is an R-rated film. They do not shy away from blood and gore in here. They do not do it.
There are parts where it gets pretty damn gory.
And let me ask you this. Is that, I mean, we've seen a lot of these movies that are PG-13 rated, and we've seen a lot of R-rated. When you look at a movie like this, do you say to yourself, damn, I'm glad it's R-rated? I'm glad I get to see more of the gritty stuff?
I mean, I'm glad that we get to see some gritty stuff in this movie. It depends on the movie. It depends on what type of movie it is.
Okay. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that grittiness to it. Like I said, I can deal with PG-13 at times, but this really was, I think, worth it as far as really showing that sort of the consequences of your actions. I really like that a lot. And I will say this movie gets pretty damn dark at times, man. It's pretty damn dark. I mean,
there was one scene, I won't tell you what it is.
Yeah, we won't spoil the end.
There's a part where the machine takes over, where he's interrogating somebody, and he's like, let me take over.
Yeah.
Let me take over. I will make him talk for you. And you don't even see what he does to him, but you see the aftermath. I'm like, good God.
He basically was like, let's just say if you're using a knife and you just keep on going to a piece of meat, basically that's kind of
he turned that person into freaking puree.
Yeah, holy crap.
I mean, it looks like what happens after you scrape a fish to death. I mean,
yeah, I gets that. Or again, we won't spoil really the ending, but like I said, it gets fucking dark.
Yeah, and I mean, the way the ending goes, I thought it was going one way, and I hate the type when they do this in a lot of TV shows. I won't say what it is.
Okay.
I thought they were going that way, but then they did a 180 on you.
They did a 180, and I really appreciated what they did. And you know what? For me, I'm going to admit, there's not many movies, at least ones that I've seen, or at least ones that come to mind, that are as dark as this ending is, man. This ending, it goes to a place where at first I said to myself, I said, damn, man, I thought they were going to do some sort of sacrifice thing there, but no, they didn't. No, they didn't. They went very dark, and
sometimes you gotta go dark.
They really do. And that's another reason why I appreciate this movie, is this movie is at times, I think, I don't know what you think, I think it's a little bit unpredictable. I don't think you can really
there was
predict
some parts I wasn't expecting in this film. I mean, like you said, the ending was dark. I was like, the way the ending happened, you could have a potential sequel in the future.
You could. If this film is successful, I could see them doing a sequel if it really did. Or, you know what? Sometimes you may not even need a sequel. You just end it here and you're like, damn, man, that's brutal.
I already got an idea for the name for the next one, Upgrade to The Rising.
Upgrade to The Rising. Okay.
Think about it.
I think I get where you're coming from. I think I do without spoiling anything.
I will say this, you don't piss off the technology in this one because he will fuck you up.
He will fuck you up. Again, I love the personality of STEM. I like the characters here. The action is really dynamic. They go very dark with this film. And this film is directed by Leigh Whannell. Now, Leigh Whannell has written the majority of the Saw movies. He also directed, I believe, the third Insidious movie. And he's obviously directed this one and helped write this one as well. And he's obviously been a great writer. He's done a lot of other stuff as well, a lot of stuff with James Wan. And he is a really great director. He really commands the movie. He really gives you a different dynamic of an action sci-fi film than you're used to. And I think like this one's pretty damn unique. And I gotta give it to Blumhouse, who helped produce this movie, who, you know, whether we're talking about Happy Death Day or Get Out or The Purge and all this other stuff, they know how to make their movies, you know.
I can't deny that, though.
They know how to make them. You know, yeah, there's a dud or two, truth or dare, but I'm
kind of glad that I didn't see this movie now.
Yeah, I'd be glad, but overall they do hit it out of the park, and this one is definitely a big one that they hit out of the park there. Is there anything else that comes to mind, sir?
I mean, like you said when we first saw the trailer, it was like, this is a definite watch.
Yes, this was a definite watch.
I can't think of anything negative about this film. I mean, no, there might be one. There's like maybe one character I thought could have been. You thought that this character could have been the bad guy, or at least they were hinting toward it near the end.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I thought that character would have been evilish, but it was just like, oh, that thing used me to get its own goals done.
I actually liked that twist, but maybe you didn't.
I liked it, but it could have been the character was a little bit more like I was expecting that, you know, it's gonna go to that way to a point, then try to do a double cross at the end.
Okay.
That would have probably enlightened the character a little bit more. Other than the twist ending was real surprise to me.
Yes,
I mean, that would have probably lowered my grade considerably, but
I mean, I will say this much. It's incredibly inventive as far as we talked about the technology. There's a character in this film that is one of the bad guys that I'll just say this much. He sneezes. He sneezes.
Sneeze of death.
It's the sneeze of death. And I thought that was incredibly...
When I saw that part, I'm like, the hell is that?
I was like, what the fuck is that?
And then, you know, they like zoom into what he's doing.
I'm like,
holy shit.
Yo, I'm like,
I will say this, other than the main guy in this one, a lot of these guys give Terminator a run for their money.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. You know, think about Terminator back as an action film, back I believe in like 1984 it was. And think of how far we've come with sci-fi action movies.
I mean, even RoboCop too.
RoboCop and everything. I mean, let me ask you this. As far as this movie is concerned, and I know this movie just came out, but if years down the road, do you think this is going to be one where we're going to be talking about this one years after the fact? It's going to be, maybe it won't be in the same breath as the RoboCops or the Terminators, but do you think it'll be...
In terms of technology-wise, I mean, just the types of movies that they make from this, I could say, yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard to beat the classics like RoboCop or Terminator, but this could do well on its own. I mean... Hell, we saw a guy putting bullets into his arm just to load a gun that's in his hand. I'm like, I'm surprised we don't have that technology now.
I mean, damn. It's like I said, it's really fantastic. I thought the music was very cool in it. The soundtrack definitely was.
Fight scenes were phenomenal.
Fight scenes were phenomenal. The acting was really solid. I thought they went into really dark places. I mean, what's your final thoughts and grade rating for Upgrade?
Like I said, other than that one thing I talked about, I can't even really see a flaw in this film.
No.
The flaw is almost practically perfect.
I can't even think of anything practically. I can't.
I won't give it a perfect grade, but it's pretty damn close. I mean, I'd have to if it wasn't for that one thing, I probably would have given it a perfect grade.
Okay.
I'd have to say I'll give this one. It's not really teetering to either I'm positive or negative in this one. It's going to be probably just a pure A plus or pure A.
A pure A. Nah, not pure A. Then the guy got pure A, but pure A.
That would hurt a lot.
Woo. No, you know what? I was curious about the movie, and that's why we saw it. But I had heard a lot of interesting things about this movie. I had heard that it was sort of a really cool little sort of sci-fi action film that is going to surprise a lot of people, and they're right. This really is. Let me tell you something. Right now, there's a lot of movies out right now that have been out for a while. Avengers, Deadpool 2, Solo just came out, all that stuff. If you're looking for a different type of film, I highly recommend this film.
Yeah.
I don't think I can recommend this enough. It's different from what's out right now, and it really
sometimes different is what works.
Damn right. And this really is a knock it out of the park movie.
You know, ever
really
since we decided to get the movie pass, I'm like, this gives us more options to see those rare gems like this. You know, the stuff that we usually miss out on.
100%. And this is a do not miss it. If you're on the fence about it, and you really like sci-fi action movies, honestly, I'm telling you guys, give it a shot. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. But yeah, my grade rating for this is going to be a low A plus. It's just on the tinge of getting a perfect.
We're not too far off.
We're not too far off, and it's absolutely a must see. In the meantime, I'm gonna try to find a fucking STEM if I can. I need a goddamn upgrade.
He's terrifying as a normal person. Upgraded human, that's terrifying.
Upgraded human? I won't need a gun, let me tell you that much.
Let's see how upgraded you are. Deflect this bullet.
Feel it? Ugh.
I guess he wasn't upgraded.
No, I guess not yet. But when I will, I'm gonna kick this guy's fucking ass. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up, and we will be back next time for another movie review. Hopefully with a movie just as good as Upgrade.
If you start hearing voices, start to worry.
I'm not gonna kill. I'm not gonna kill. I know I want to kill him. I'm not gonna kill him.
What's that, Stone? Kill him? Alright.
I'll get him eventually.
He wishes.
See you later, guys.